trapping.
Yo, what's up, people? Welcome back to the Sides of the Boys podcast. I'm Jacob.
I'm KJ.
And this is episode 20.
It is.
Episode 20 weeks we've been doing this. And I know to a lot of podcasts that have been around for a long time, that means absolutely nothing compared to how long these other people have done it. But
20 weeks.
But the amount of dedication that we put in this podcast has just been, it's been a lot, but at the same time it's been a lot of fun at the same time.
20 weeks.
20 weeks. And so as you guys already know, we take the first 5 minutes to talk about whatever, and we take the last 5 minutes to talk about whatever as well, and then we'll get into the topic and whatnot. And so as I addressed last week, I want to reiterate before we get started here. As I talked about last week, since you guys got 2 weeks of worth of spooky stuff, that was a lot of fun to do. I had a lot of fun doing that. I know KJ did too. And so, what was I trying to say? Oh yeah. What I was saying last week towards the end was that I was kind of addressing kind of like stuff I had going on with me last week, or like for a few weeks. Yeah, about last week I was talking about the shit I had going on just with me personally, and not anything like necessarily really bad, but just like kind of like up in here. And just to kind of address that's going to relate a lot with this week's topic, is just because I know it's talked about, but at the same time I feel like it's not talked about enough compared to a lot of other things. And because it is a very serious topic, and I feel like it was like for the podcast to mean something, it wouldn't really mean something until if we at least like add something serious every now and then, not all the time, but every now and then. Mm-hmm. Because we love to have fun with this podcast, and like the main source of this is to be able to make you guys laugh and just to entertain you guys every week. So and on my main channel too, you see a bunch of content on there, and we're doing a lot of stuff for like the channels and whatnot, and we have a blast doing it. But I will say, I know the last few weeks I might have seemed a little bit off, but I am doing a lot better now. I'm still a little, but I feel like I will kind of be a little whatever up here. But I am doing better. Of course, I'm still, but compared to what I was trying to say, compared to the last couple of weeks, I'm doing better than I was. If that was even noticeable to you guys, but yeah, I just wanted to address that. But yeah, so yeah, I'm really talking about. Oh yeah, I got a new flavored bang again. This one is Sour Heads, called Sour Heads. So I'm assuming it's gonna be very sour. I don't know if you guys can see that very well.
He's got Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, he's got Dr. Pepper. And I'm gonna try it out. For some reason, when I think of Sour Heads, I think of Sour Patch Kids.
Where?
Oh my god, I haven't opened it yet. I can already smell the sour.
Like blue, but
Oh my god, that is strong. Smell that.
it smells alright. I don't really smell it. Did your dog's ticklish?
But yeah, we're gonna give it a good old taste test. This is Sour Heads. So far, Bang hasn't really disappointed me yet with their flavors. So let's give it a shot.
It disappointed me a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kinda like Sour Patch Kids. But you wanna try it anyway.
Now let's continue with the video.
No input?
Mm-mm.
Is it because it's bad?
Piece two and two together, motherfucker.
Piece two and two together. But yeah, so far Bang hasn't really. I've never really I've always been iffy about Bang, but ever since I had that one time when it was meant for you, I've been having Bang ever since. But yeah, and this time you don't have to be up at freaking 8 o'clock in the morning and go to
Oh
work.
my god, I had to work 10 hours today. Anyway, 5 minutes have passed now.
Oh yeah, the 5 minutes have passed. So what's the topic that we've been addressing in them for a week? What's the topic for this week, KJ?
The topic for this week is...
Oh yeah, we've got the list. Oh yeah, I have to do that.
Mental. That's what we put down, but
Mental health. Mental health, yeah. I'll put that in the title for the topic that we have for this week. And
let me enjoy my dog a bit.
so I feel like this week it's not going to require a lot of screaming recordings because we don't need to research on what mental health is because we already know what it is. I feel like everyone who has a brain knows what mental health is.
Okay, what's schizophrenia at the top of your head?
But you know what I'm trying to get at though.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, and also
I like the fact it's fucking Pride Month and what do we do? Mental health awareness. Even though that was like a month ago.
oh maybe that's another topic that we can add on, like LGBTQ plus or
Yes, but also no.
no, because it can get controversial.
That, but also, what do you know about the history of the gays?
Not very much. Other than that my sister's gay. And his sister is... I don't know.
Peter Pansexual.
Peter Pansexual.
I'm Twinkerbell.
And you're bi.
No, I'm Twinkerbell.
So bi.
Twinkerbell.
So you're bi.
Twink.
You like both genders, so you're bi.
Twink or Bell. Twinkerbell.
Okay, I get it now. I think at this point, too, when this is out, summer has officially started, like the weather season.
How is summer, future Curry? He's probably gonna fucking hate it. I fucking hate the heat. Dude, when I was in Florida for the first time ever, the heat fucking killed me.
Yeah.
Like, I legitimately came back from fucking Colorado, and I thought that shit was it felt like fucking fresh snow compared to what it was like in Florida during the summer.
So me and KJ didn't really have like an idea of how we were gonna start this one.
I'm just gonna be silent this episode. Oh, Leo. Leo is going through a depressive phase right now because he wants his fucking hood off of him.
Yeah, but by the time that this is out, he won't have to wear the hood anymore.
Yes!
Because he only has to wear it for like more...
A week.
Yeah, because this is the first week in a long time we actually filmed episodes back to back on 2 different days. First time in a while, because usually for a while. Usually for a while we've been doing 1 episode each week, but now we're... But I don't know.
Now we're kind of back to doing 2 episodes a week.
Yeah. Not because like anything's coming up, just like it's best to stay ahead, I feel like.
You do realize that at one point we'll probably have to do like, in like one day, 30 like fucking podcasts to keep up for like an entire year.
Oh god. I don't know if we necessarily need to do 30. But anyways. So just, I don't know like which to start. Like I don't know if I should, if you want to start or, you know. Because I know we've
right.
all thought about like talking about our experience with dealing with mental health.
Now I got a better where to start.
Thalassophobia. What the hell? What?
So like, do you feel afraid looking at that?
Not really?
Okay, hear me out.
What are you trying to do here?
Do you get afraid looking at that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we doing here? Are you testing me right now?
Uh-huh.
What do we want to
Do you
start?
feel afraid looking at that?
I mean, it's kind of...
That's a human right there. That's a whale shark.
Yeah.
So it's called thalassophobia because it's fear of, here's a good way to kind of, it's fear of things that's like deeper down into the ocean, but like it's a concept that you're so small in the ocean compared to something that big.
Yeah.
So something like this. Yeah, that's fucking terrifying.
Do you guys want to see? All I have to do is start a screen recording and then they can.
But like, you feel so small compared to like the entirety of the fucking ocean. Here's another good example. Because down there's like just one long hole. Or even this. What about this?
That's like two of my fears mixed together.
What about?
Yeah, those are. I don't like that.
Alright, anyway, so thalassophobia is the fear of is the fear that you're the smallest thing in the ocean, so you're afraid of like looking down to seeing just a black abyss.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have thalassophobia. Water, please.
Here's another way of seeing it. Have you ever seen Subnautica?
Yeah.
It's exactly that. Of like when you go to the end of like the edge of the world, and then there's just a fucking drop off. It's exactly like that. Speak, child. What is up in my mouth?
This is wait, it's not like we're having a therapy session.
Yes, child. What have they done to you?
What have they done to you?
Who killed his brother? Well, I know, that's why we're acting.
You don't want to go. Oh,
No. That's for you to talk about, not for me to joke about.
oh my god.
Rise, my child.
150. Can you not?
Sorry, that's the wrong letter.
Trying to make me smaller than you now? Anyway, so yeah, I'm not even sure how to even start this off.
I don't know where to start this off either, besides thalassophobia.
Thalassophobia.
You could talk about other phobias, like arachnophobia.
Yeah.
Or here's actually something you could talk about, the 5 natural fear of humans.
You want to start our screen recording?
Nah, because we could just talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Fears. 5 core fears of universal themes of laws that capture the basic interpretations of dangers that we all make. They are number 1, fear of abandonment, number 2, loss of identity, number 3, loss of meaning, number 4, loss of purpose, number 5, fear of death.
I mean, I don't really have a fear of death.
Then you are an idiot. It's my own philosophy in a weird way. Everyone should fear death a little bit.
It just depends on what it is, that's the thing.
Age.
If I die of old age, that doesn't really...
Oh, old age
fear
fucking...
me.
Oh, old age fucking scares me.
Yeah.
Because I see it a lot with like my grandpas and a lot of that. It's when they were going of old age. They got so old to the point that I think a few of them were schizophrenic, and seeing them pass away, they were like a shadow of their former self that I once knew. But it was like even the ones that could remember, it's like they were just withering away into just nothing. Even though they were alive, they did nothing. They felt like nothing. They just felt like a living corpse from the days that they were treated.
Do you know what terrifies me? I think it counts as kind of like a natural. Is surgeries. Oh
yeah. When I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, I was getting so anxious I had to be put on laughing gas.
Yeah, because I know I'm like, because like you guys know, I mean I'm a pro wrestling fan. I mean, come on, look at my shirt. AEW All Elite Wrestling. Just want to show that off real quick. And of course WWE, Impact Wrestling, all those other companies. But like with a lot of wrestlers, like, especially Undertaker, throughout his 30-year career, he's had over like I think 15 to 20 surgeries throughout his whole career.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, and I remember rewatching his documentary because they put out a documentary after he retired of like his other matches that he was having documented, and he was gonna have surgery on one side of his hips. And I remember that they recorded that, and just to like, it's not the fear. I mean, the surgeries in general just fucking scare me because I've never had surgery. Good. And it's the fear of waking up in the middle of surgery. And apparently, they put a shot on you for you to knock the fuck out, but there's been times where people in the middle of surgery are awake, but they can't move, they can't talk because they're still on the shit, but they're awake, so they can feel every single thing that they're doing.
So that
they're trying to fix on the body. Is that false?
So well, it's not false, but it's also not used anymore. It was this old drug that people would use where it would completely dull the body, where they couldn't move any of their things, but they could still feel it. And this guy, he went on it to prove that it could be used effectively. Like, he volunteered himself for his own surgery, so he could feel them doing all the incisions and everything, but he couldn't move or speak or do anything. But afterwards, when he came out of the surgery and he was able to finally talk, he gave his input on it, and he said, like, yeah, I could still feel everything on it, but like, it wouldn't put me to sleep. Like, it doesn't dull things on that. So they eventually switched to anesthesia, which is what he said, the laughing gas. Well, not laughing gas, it's the gas that knocks you out. Yeah. But this is the way that they do it now usually. They don't just put the laughing gas mask on your face and then you go to sleep.
Yeah.
They do something called an IV. That's why I was freaking out for my surgery, because it was my wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
So I was freaking out because they had to put an IV in my wrist, so it was like that liquid stuff. That's what kept me asleep. So when they put it in my wrist, they put it at like a specific angle, but it's still like that a fear of shots that when I was putting that laughing gas, it was so much easier.
Yeah.
Like when I was putting that laughing gas, it was just like, it's in? It's a lot better on laughing gas. That's why I hate going to my dentist and I have to get that shot raw. Because I hate getting shots just like that.
Yeah.
I wish I had like a bigger fear of needles, that way I could at least knock the fuck out.
But yeah, just like ever since I heard about that, like, yeah, it may not be a thing now, but it still fucks with me. It's like if I ever had to have surgery and they're about to put me to sleep, right before they do, I'm like, you better swear to God that I will not wake up in the middle of this.
Surprisingly, America's biggest fear is public speaking.
Really? Public speaking?
Yeah, it's #1 in America.
I get that it's a fear, but why is it #1?
I think there's a phobia of mythical creatures.
Oh.
But like, here, I'm gonna search up phobia of mythical creatures, but yeah, public speaking is people find pretty scary because they're afraid they're gonna fuck up or like get nervous or some shit.
A fear of mine that was, I'm not much afraid of it now, as I was when I was younger, but it was tornadoes.
Terraphobia.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
I wanna see what this looks like. Terraphobia.
Sure,
The terraphobia is a fear of monsters.
I don't have terraphobia.
You don't?
I don't think I do.
You don't ever look at your closet and hope a fucking monster doesn't pop out?
That was when I was younger.
You don't think that something's gonna be under your bed and just... You're like,
Well, nothing can't really be underneath my bed, because look at my bed.
okay, so you don't think Layla going at your fucking knee? Think of it this way, actually. No, like fearing the paranormal. That's another good way to describe it. Like when we watched the end of the Ouija from the last episode that we did. When she was like on the ceiling.
Yeah, that was like good. That scene was so well done.
It's like that. Like you're like, if would you be afraid of that? Like you look at a hallway and you see that shit.
But yeah, when it comes to paranormal, yeah. But like when it comes to just like monsters, like monsters in general, I'm just kind of like, you know.
Not me.
Yeah.
I do find them fucking cool though.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Like if like I'm very like I'm so like I'm so fascinated with the paranormal, but at the same time, if I were to see some shit, if I was like half asleep and half awake, I would fucking freak out.
Yeah, that's me with Bigfoot. Like, it'd be cool if I saw it, but at the same time, I'd be shitting myself. I think there's even a... So, terraphobia, fear of monsters...
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You're good. Terraphobia is extremely common in preschool-age children. It generally lessens during the early elementary years and is highly uncommon by the time a child reaches middle school. In teens and adults, the fear of monsters is rare but potentially life-limiting phobia.
Interesting.
The 5 primal fears.
There are only five basic fears, out of which almost of our other so-called fears are manufactured. These fears are extinction, mutilation, loss of
Mutilation.
loss of autonomy, separation, and ego death. Ego death. What's
So, I'll explain, extinction. Do you know mutilation? So, I'll use the Inquisitors as an example from Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Is how they trained them. They used to be past Jedi or Force users, but a good way to explain it was they tortured them so they could like strip them of being a Jedi. And a good way they did this, they even like cut off their limbs, so that way they could start to get like separated. But then they would like torture their whole body, and like being tortured in real life, it's another word for it is mutilation. Like your body is whole burnt from being tortured.
Yeah, I would hate that.
That's mutilation. Loss of autonomy, I don't know what that one is. We know separation and ego death. So ego is when basically like you're famous and you have a high crowd, but then nobody remembers you another day.
Oh.
That's ego death.
I don't think I really have a fear of people not remembering me.
I do. Dude, imagine you die and no one remembered you.
I mean, if it came to like loved ones, yes, I would kind of be fucked up.
It would be entirely fucked up.
Like that's if I were to die and you didn't remember who I was.
Got it. So it chapter 2. What? They all forgot about dairy.
Oh yeah. I think that's a little different though.
Yeah. Because there's not a fucking murderous clown. Well, right now.
Right now, not until the next. I don't have.
Not until the next 27 years. Whoopee! By the way, there's gonna be a prequel for that movie. It's getting a prequel. At least, hang on. Let's search it up to make sure it actually is happening.
Alright, yeah. I know it's off topic, but
we want to see.
we want to see.
I'll put it in capitals.
We'll now be getting a prequel series on HBO Max, set in the 1960s, titled "Welcome to Derry." Its director Andy Muschietti will return as an executive producer along with his sister Barbara.
You're getting a prequel.
Wow.
I want to see if there's any images on it.
I hope it's good.
Yeah, they're putting on HBO Max, and it's set in the 60s, so it is 27 years before he returns. That makes you happy. I'm actually excited to see that, but I'm mostly wondering like how they're gonna show the deaths.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. What's the events in it that they showed in It Chapter 1? Will this take place during like the Ironworks explosion, or?
Well, because
it happens like a big event usually happens when he returns, like
yeah.
the Easter egg hunt. The explosion happened, so he just I think he caused the explosion.
Well, they said 1960s, so I think it's before the first time.
if was there color photos in the 60s?
Yeah, that's when the 1960s when color photo and video was new.
Yeah, when was Wizard of Oz released? Like 1965?
The Great Wizard of Oz. That because that had video, but
No, it's the first colored movie ever. The Wizard of Oz was the first colored movie ever.
yeah, let's check.
Hey, like the timeline of it?
No, like when did The Wizard of Oz come out? Like the freaking old ass movie. Yeah, because that is the first colored movie.
Did the first... No one knows when the first book came out.
First iPhone came out, telling them stuff.
Wizard of Oz come out.
1939?
That's actually sooner than I thought.
That was a...
Colors. Yep, 1939.
Wow.
Realizing the company's made new 3-strip color process. So I think it's like the same way where it's like they used the black and white film, but it actually added color on another filter.
Oh,
So it's
it
like
wasn't all...
so like it had that film in one strip, but then there was another one layered on top of it.
Oh, wow. That's...
So that way when it showed it, all that color went through. Kind of like 3D glasses, the
Yeah.
red and blue ones.
Mm.
Culturally common, Oz was not the first film made in color, but was the first to prove that color could be add fantasy and draw audiences to the theaters.
1939. Wow.
So it was a little bit shorter than that. The first Hollywood film using the 3-color process was made in 1935.
Oh, okay.
5 more were made in 1936 and 20 in 1937.
Damn. But yeah, it wasn't like actual like showing color until like the 1960s.
I know we're getting way off topic, but I want to see like
It's
like
kind of going all over the place, but
timeline of it.
how did we get to it? We're talking about mental health.
Because I don't know.
Because the first movie was based in 1989, so if the prequel is based in the 60s, it would be in
It would be in the 60s.
1962. So the prequel's gonna be based in 1962, I believe.
Oh, hang on, here's the thing. God fucking.
Whole fucking
Oh, that's a movie timeline.
movie timeline.
Because I want to see like when the
Because you think about the first movie was based in 1989.
it was, yeah, what?
It says then you go back 27 years. That's 1962.
Yeah. I wonder how long he stays out. Does he hunt for like a full year or like 9 months?
My guess would be because in the first movie they didn't get him to go away until the end of the summer, and they didn't start fighting him until the start of the summer.
And then...
But it might be a whole year. I don't know.
Yeah.
We are really getting way off topic.
Movie timeline explained.
We're getting way off topic. I did not expect to get way off topic.
1962.
Yeah.
The Black Spot was a club for black service members. Was burnt to the ground by a racist cult, according to Ben in the book. It was the main legion of white decency. So if this is happening in 1962, we're going to see where it set up his first house.
Yeah.
Because it was at the, was it the Black Spot? Hang on. Wait, I think it might be, and that's why the house got, I think it is the house on Niebolt Street, but I'm curious about that and wondering, like, if he made these guys burn down the house so he could have it for himself again.
Mm.
Here, there's 1988, 1989, June. Alright, so that's October 1988. Alright, so October 1988, July, August 1988. And then it comes back in 2016.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Ed Chapter 2 is based in 2016.
It's weird to think, oh yeah, Happy Pride Month, in the first beginning part of It Chapter 2, spoiler, a homosexual gets his fucking neck bitten.
So, let's see. So, after 2017 years from 2016, it will be 2043.
Wow!
Yeah. 2043 will be the next
2043, well, too bad he did.
Oh my god.
I wonder if Stephen King has a son who could write any of his continued work.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like we got way off topic and we're at halftime.
We are.
Yes.
Anyway, you excited for the prequel though?
Yes, very. So, I know we got off topic there, but we'll get right back on topic right after the halftime here.
No, we won't.
But I think on the next... Well, I think we both agree on the second halftime talk about like our own mental health stories.
Or we could also say that this mental health episode is the day that we could reevaluate our mental health and just talk about whatever.
But we'll see. But we will.
We'll see what the comments like. Put in poop emoji if you think we should keep doing this. Put in the star emoji if you want something else.
Oh my god. Can you not?
No.
But yeah, so the next halftime here is me trying a new drink. Believe it or not, a new drink. And you wouldn't believe what it is until we get to halftime, so you guys will find out. So, play halftime in 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Sundays with the Boys podcast halftime. And I know we've probably, I don't know how many weeks in a row we've started halftime in the kitchen.
I think this is our 10th.
No, I'm talking about like in a row lately. Like in a row lately. Tourette life, do not fucking start. Anyways.
Like maybe 4 times? 5?
Maybe, I think almost a whole month now. But anyways, but I saw this at the gas station yesterday and it gives the idea for at halftime. And I saw it and I was like, no fucking way. Because you know how Mountain Dew have like their own freaking like thousands of flavors now, and you haven't really thought Dr. Pepper having a flavor, but I think there finally is one, and it's called Dr. Pepper Dark Berry. As you see, the dropping's not the red; it's like a blue purplish. So it's like the dark berry. As you can see, it says right there, right by the logo, dark berry.
Here, hang on, hold it. Come on, focus. It's not gonna focus. Damn. There we go.
Dark berry.
Dark berry.
So I'm gonna try it, and if you guys know, I'm a big Dr. Pepper geek. It's like my alcohol, whatever you want to call it.
No.
It's my go-to drink.
That's better.
That's bad. But anyway, so I put it in the fridge so that it's nice and cool.
Explode on him. Okay, it's safe.
First, we're gonna give it a good old sniff. Wow. Give it a sniff.
Wow.
Yeah, it smells nice. Kind of my favorite, like the blueberry, like kind of like Jolly Ranchers, kind of. The smell of it. Well. But anyways, let's stop wasting enough time and then let's try this. 3, 2, 1.
1 go.
Pretty fucking good. Wanna give it a try? Here,
Yeah, I like the fact the way I extend my hand out, it looks like the camera to an NPC.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
When you're grabbing something.
Yeah.
Hello guys, it's me now.
Yeah, it's pretty good, huh?
It's okay.
Okay.
I don't like it. Yuck. Yuck.
But you keep fucking drinking.
It's disgusting but good, it's like coffee. It's like freedom in a cup.
Oh my god.
Very interesting. I'll rate it by video game standards. I rate it Resident Evil 4 out of Ghost of Tsushima. Resident Evil 4 is the shittiest Resident Evil game ever.
Alright, so now we know his answer.
Yes.
I personally think it's pretty good. I mean, I don't think I don't think I would rate it past
the regular Dr. Pepper flavor because the
Dr. Pepper.
is like the OG. But
What
this
about
is,
Dr. Bob?
This is still pretty good, but I'm not gonna rate it like past that because I feel like if I did that, then I would be fucking on some shit. Yeah, it's still pretty good.
This is the point that soda's basically become like a fucking coffee with like 50 different flavors, even though we only needed one.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I like it. I mean, I can taste the dark berry and it still tastes good to me. So, but yeah, how much time do we have left on the halftime?
A minute.
Almost perfect timing.
As everything should. Anyway, what do you want to say to your fans before you leave? Beautiful.
If you guys like soda, you guys want to try I almost said Dr. Berry. Dark Berry, Dr. Pepper. I would highly recommend it. And you probably find it at gas stations somewhere, I don't know, just a typical soda place. But yeah. We'll see you guys back on the podcast. This is the halftime. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. But yeah, whenever it's time to end, so yeah. Fuck.
Alright, goodbye.
Hey.
Welcome back to the podcast. He's not opening it. He won't eat this.
The past 5 minutes of the freaking. Oh, that's fucking terrifying. I'm not getting a look at that anymore.
There you go. You found your human Dollywise face. Give yourself six fingers.
Oh
That'd be
god.
interesting to see, actually.
The weird
You
thing.
just laughed and you just spat on my face laughing.
Oh my god, but anyways, back to being serious on a serious topic.
You guys want to talk about it? Dear fucking God, Leo! That dog's having a good fucking dream. Dude's having fucking infinite bacon in his dream or some shit. Dude, not even Nook slept that heavily and she was a fat ass.
It just makes me laugh because as I was talking, his snoring got even louder. Like he was trying to interrupt us.
Like, back to a serious thing, my dad got
This must be fucking serious. Oh, fuck. It's about to be serious. But do you want to talk about... Can you shut the fuck up?
No.
But do you want to talk about our own mental health stories like we were talking about last week before we were...
Sure, I'll talk about my autism for the next 30 minutes. It's mental illness. Hey, when you think mental illness, is all that you think emo and depression?
That's what I have.
You have emo?
Not really emo, but the depression part, yeah.
What? Would you stop spitting on my face? Dude, say it, don't spray it, goddamn.
Oh my god.
So, it all started when I became gay. 2017.
2017. Oh, yeah, I know that year.
Okay, it's clear you want to talk about this.
No, anyways, continue.
No, you continue.
No, you continue.
Continue.
You continue. Fuck. You continue. I'm not here. I'm not here.
No, you.
I'm not here. This is supposed to be fucking serious.
I don't care. This is no competition.
You go first.
Rock with this.
You already started. You go first. Get the fuck out.
If you can piss me
Get
No, wait, that's
fuck
fucking cheating. That's fucking cheating.
Yeah.
That's fucking cheating.
Get up.
That's fucking cheating.
Right. Then you go. Fucking dick.
We're at the same.
I'm gonna
fucking
make
level.
you fall.
No. Hey, if you do that, I'm gonna fucking choke slam you like it's a WWE W2K. Alright.
See, we woke up.
It legitimately started like maybe 2018, 2019. I'm not gonna get into the depression shit of it. I'm not gonna get into like that stuff. But
You're
for me,
always almost out of frame.
is
I'm
that
not
better?
here. I'm not here.
There, I'll take over Jacob's spot because he's not here. Wow, it feels so much lighter over here because I don't have the fucking sun of God in my eyes. Alright, so I was maybe, it's maybe 2019, like right before the COVID.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to join the military, we were talking about it, and I was talking to my stepmom, Katie, and she asked, do I have autism? And I was like, no, I have Asperger's. And my mom said, Asperger's is autism. I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. It's like, so in my 16 years of living, you never thought once it would be a good idea to tell me that Asperger's means autism. Yeah, 16 years I believed I was not autistic.
Damn.
Yeah, it wasn't even a secret. My mom just never thought of telling me what Asperger's meant. You know, the only thing that she brought up so many times. So when she finally brought it up, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because I could have gotten away with so many things in life if that had not been the case. But here's the thing about autism. You can't say you have it unless you're diagnosed with it.
Yeah. Like a lot of things.
No, I mean, like, it's legitimately the case. You can, like, you can still join the military as long as you're not diagnosed with it. And like, that's crazy to think. So I'm still pissed about that. That just simply because I'm diagnosed with it, I can't do shit.
Yeah.
But yet Timmy over there, who killed his fucking brother and sister when he was 5, who wasn't even diagnosed with anything, could still hold a gun. That shit's fucking real, by the way. Beautiful.
But is it my turn? I guess.
Yeah, no, it's my turn.
Okay. Where should I even start? Should I start 2017?
Yes. Do it. I'm rooting for you.
So anyway, so in 2017 I was 12, and so basically, I don't know if I want to get into like the whole story of it because it's still kind of personal, but I will say my dad did have like some health conditions at the time, and 3 years prior he already kind of had surgery for it, and I was young, and I was 9, so didn't even know much about it then, but then it didn't really like catch up on until like 3 years later, and then I just eventually caught up to him and he ended up passing away. Because the surgery he had 3 years prior was, I guess, only 2% could actually survive it. That's what we were told.
At 2%?
It was something like that. It was like a low percentage. And so I wasn't told any of this because I was young and no one wanted to really tell me about it. But it didn't really happen to him until like 3 years later. And then he ended up passing away on November 8th of 2017. And that's kind of like where my life changed forever at that point. And then, because, I mean, I was fortunate enough for some portion of my childhood I never really like experienced. I had a somewhat of a happy childhood. Just it kind of got ruined with all the family members I was losing, and specifically my grandpa and my dad, two people I looked up to, and still do to this day, even though they're not around. But yeah, it kind of jacked me up for a little bit. And again, I was young, and I didn't really allow myself to really grieve it until probably during the pandemic, so like during quarantine. That's when I like really grieved it. And but in 2019, I was just so down and got to the point where I was like suicidal. And this was way before I started my channel. Even though I did start my channel in 2019. But then I only used it for like a coping mechanism, because my videos weren't even good. I just recorded stuff to just record stuff. So, but I will say I did have a suicide attempt, and when I say that, I'm not fucking lying, because if I was lying about it, then that'll make me a piece of shit. I actually did attempt it.
and it's better to talk about now than it was for. I didn't really start to like open up about it till probably last year, I think. Because for a while, for a good 2 years, it was hard to really talk about until I got more comfortable talking about it, since it was kind of pretty much my story. I was 14. It was April of 2019, and just I was at the point where I was like, I'm fucking done. Like, I can't do this. Like, and this was back when I was still kind of getting bullied at school too. And just like when I was at school, I just felt like I didn't belong. I didn't really have anybody. And then my whole family situation was fucked up. And so one night, when I was home alone, I just couldn't really do it anymore. And then, but of course, I was afraid of anyone finding out about it. So I was trying to do it in the least noticeable way possible. Like, I thought of cutting, but I never cut it because I knew people would find out right away. And I wasn't going to like overdose with like drugs or anything, or like pills. Because I knew that would also be too obvious. So what I did was I took a bath, and I put it to the hottest point to where I was too overheated and too exhausted to get out, and I filled the tub up to the rim of the tub. And so I just laid there, and then I just like waiting out, and then at that point I was just like, I kept giving myself like deep breaths because I was going to push my head underneath to the bottom of the tub, and I was going to force my head down and just hold my head there until I eventually drown myself. And so when I was doing that, a lot of shit was going through my head in the middle of it, and it didn't get to the point to where like, and it's got to the point where like I actually have a fear of drowning because I technically kind of almost experienced it. I just remember just like laying there, and then like, you know, like for the longest point you're underwater, your chest like gets so tight to the point where it freaking hurts. Because you literally can't breathe. And I remember at that point I was just in complete fucking agony because I was like shaking my head and shit because I was in so much pain that, because obviously I couldn't breathe, I was underwater. And it wasn't until it felt like my dad was talking to me, because that's what it literally felt like. And so it was like he was saying, what is this, because it almost felt like he was saying exactly this, what is this going to benefit anything? What is everyone that in your family going to think about, like, that you're gone to when they just lost me? And it's like, what do you think your mom's going to think? What do you think your brother or sister, what do you think everyone that loves you going to think that you're gone when they just lost me, just lost me? And then that like hit me, and then I remember like I opened my eyes underwater, and and everything was just so fucking blurry because I was, you know, like at the verge of being dead. So, and I remember and I just remember like barely like when I was almost done, I shot my head up out of the water, and I gasped for a lot of air because I about drowned. And I just remember I just broke down crying, and then I remember I drained it, and I still laid in there for like a good 10 minutes until I got out. Whew. Yeah, I got a little choked up talking about that, but yeah, that's kind of like my story on that. And it's the only time I attempted it, but still in my head, I still think about it. Because even now it's still hard to take baths, because I like taking baths, but then it's up to the point, because I still like to hold my breath underwater just because it's soothing, you know?
I do that.
So I still do that, but then again, it's at that point to where, like, I think about that, and I was like, no, I can't do that. And then some days I'm just like, well, what's the point of living, you know? But yeah, that's, and it's been 3 years since then. And sometimes, and that was like in the upstairs bathroom at that time, because I still lived upstairs at that time. So whenever I go in there, I still kind of think about that. But yeah, but yeah. So and then it also kind of got really bad again throughout the pandemic the year after.
Yeah, because everyone was inside, everyone's parents, or they were freaking out themselves about getting this sickness going around. To the point where, like, everyone was so, like, torn up between that whole thing, but so then everyone just kind of, like, the people who just did stay inside
Yeah.
ended up going fucking crazy.
But yeah, that's pretty much my story on that, and just, I mean, to this day, I still think about it, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to act out on it, you know? I mean, some days I think about it, but at the same time, it's like,
Oh no, it's like me wanting to shoot up my school, but I never did it.
but yeah, just because now I'm more aware of that, like, sometimes I'm still like, I still have to be here for, because I feel like I still have to be here for other people, because I know that there's a lot of people who come to me for shit, and, you know. But yeah, so. But yeah, and then like not only that, but like last year was also pretty bad with my shit, with my mental shit, because it got to that point to where like it got to the point where, because I told you this, where I felt like I was repeating this, like every day was the same for like almost a year. And then like, because I remember people telling me like, oh Jacob, you've changed so much, you've matured, and like they're like things are like seem to be going well for you. But then when they said that, I didn't believe it, because everything felt exactly the same compared to like early 2021, and it felt that way until the end of 2021. And I still feel that to this day, but not as bad as I do now, as I did last year. But the only time I start to feel that way is when I'm in here, and then that's when I kind of drive myself crazy. But at the same time, I think that's also part of it, is that I isolate myself here a lot. Especially in this room, my bedroom.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
But yeah, I feel like I've talked a bit much.
No, you're good.
I mean, I don't know if you want to share anything, but...
No, I keep it all in.
Yeah, but at the same time, you let it out.
Nope. It's my special little secret. I don't let anything out. I only let things in. It all stays with me, it all dies with me, and then the only time you'll ever see it is when I lose my damn mind. And who knows when that'll be.
No, but you talked to it with me, though.
I've talked to you about it once.
No, but you still talked about it to me.
And I talked to you about it once. And that one time is probably the most you're gonna get in a long time. I do not talk about my feelings often.
Yeah, but you got to, bro. Like, if you feel like you need to talk about it, you need to talk about it, because, you know, because I know building that shit ends not, you know, doesn't really help.
Oh, it doesn't help. It's just easier.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's what I learned. It's like oddly therapeutic for me to not talk about it. It's like my own secret. So, and then when people wonder about it, it does kind of get me excited when people wonder about it. 'Cause it's like, it's interesting that they want to know part of it. But it's still like, it's something that I keep in. I keep my own stuff in, and I rarely let it out. But the only times it has ever slipped out is either when I've been pissed off enough that I say shit that I say out of just pure aggression rather than feeling of calm. So the only time I ever let it slip is when I don't have check of emotion. Or if I am tripping balls. I don't open up about heartbreak. I don't open up about past mistakes that I've made. I don't open up about a lot of dead family members except for what they've done. I don't open up about what I feel about a lot of friends and family because I just simply harbor everything inside. It's easier.
And then I remember freaking like I think it was like the day after, like, because it was a Sunday. I remember it being a school night when I attempted, and I remember going to school the next day, and I just couldn't go to school, so I would spend the whole school day just with the counselor, and she would talk to me about shit, and then she would try to make me open up about stuff. And then I remember going home. And I remember opening the door, and then all I see is my mom just on the couch, just bawling.
The counselor called your mom, I'm guessing.
And I remember, and this is how I knew. She looked up at me with like tears still coming down, and she's like, "Well, I'm never gonna let you take a bath again." And and that's really a true story. Like, I was not allowed to take a bath for probably a little over a year.
Damn.
Well, almost 2. Until my mom thought she could trust me for me to be able to take a bath without attempting.
I'm gonna say real quick, just because you take away one possibility of someone committing suicide doesn't mean that there's not alternatives.
Yeah.
You stopped one motive.
Yeah.
But I understand what she meant by it, though.
Yeah.
Where it's like she wants to stop it, but I'm gonna say that's utterly useless.
Like, I mean, yes, I was suicidal, but at the same time, I was too afraid to do anything else because it wasn't the fact of doing it, it was the fact of people finding out immediately, you know?
Yeah. Alright, here's something I actually will open up about, because I'm not going to share any feelings, but I will open up about a story. So, right after I tried to kill myself, I was put in a mental health facility. And I gotta say, I kind of miss it. But it's not what people think, in a way. I was at this place in Denver. I don't remember the name. But while I was there, it felt the most peaceful that I've been. And I remember the reason why it helped me, it took a lot of worries off that I had. But it also gave me a rain check of why I wanted to live. But I remember being in that mental health facility, and I remember it kind of helped. And the stuff that we did, we did things like physical activities and all of that. But the kids that were there, they were also like fucked up in their own right. Some were there for trial of suicide. Some were there because they tried to kill their dads, like, or their own parents. Some were there because they did drugs. Others were just, I believe, delinquents. But I remember there was this one kid that I remember. He was maybe 17 while I was 14. But he was like basically like the grown-up dad of the group. And he really liked everyone there. He kept everyone sane compared to like what a lot of the counselors were trying to do. So I think something that is easier to keep in mind for people is that mental health facilities work, especially if you put effort into it. Because you can't just show up and then want to expect to be better. You have to put effort into it. But also, I don't trust mental health facilities. And I leave that up to my sister. So I'm not going to spill anything about my sister, but I'm going to talk about this one she was admitted to. I believe she was in 8th grade, and when she was there, they threatened to keep people there longer if they didn't comply. So there's usually a time limit that you're supposed to stay before they let you go when you're young. But they would kind of experiment on them. Not physically, but they would like keep trying and all of that. They would take away a lot of privileges, sometimes even eating. And they, I think the thing that got me was they threatened to keep my sister there longer. If she didn't behave, and I mean like they were strict as fuck. So, and I think they threatened to keep her there for like 2 months longer, and she had already been there for like 2 weeks. and my mom went and got her out, but she hated that place, and eventually the staff came forward and admitted what they did, and I think it's closed down now. But it's one of the reasons I don't trust mental health facilities really that much anymore, is because like so many people get away with so much shit inside of there
Yeah.
that it does not help.
Mm.
So I can't just say things to people who are actually depressed, like go to a mental health facility, because that's not always the answer. But also the people who are suicidal, there's really nowhere you could go if there's nowhere to trust.
Yeah. And I just remembered of a little story back when I think this was either late 2018 or early 2019, but it was when I was just really fucking tired of life. And this was when I was at the University Middle School, and this is when I just became friends with Zach and Jesse. And man, I remember I went to Jesse for a lot of things when I was at school, because I didn't really trust Zach at the time. I mean, I thought he was a good friend, but I didn't really trust him at first. Because at first me and him fucking hated each other until me and him actually started to get close. But I just remember me and Jesse met because we were both in band and we both played percussion. And I remember one day in band, every start to a new week, the teacher would would go down to every kid in the class and do it quickly, because it would take forever to ask them, like, oh, what is 3 things you did this weekend? What is 3 things you do every day, or something like that? Just to kind of like stop the classroom or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I remember they got to me, and then I just straight up said with no hesitation, play video games, watch wrestling, and cry myself to sleep every night. And then then I said that to him from the whole class, and everyone went, "Aww," like they were like trying to act like, and honestly, like I didn't like react to that, but that honestly like pissed me off. It's just like it's like, yeah, you act like you care, but you don't fucking care.
Yeah.
It's like, why, and especially the teacher, because he gave me like this like sad like puppy eye face that like he felt bad for me. It's like, yeah, but you don't fucking care. You never cared about how I felt. This school doesn't give a fuck. Like, the kids here don't give a fuck. The only people that actually gave a fuck were Miss Ye and Miss Robinson, because they actually talked about me like I was an actual person. They didn't seem... What I'm trying to say is they actually talked to me as a human being, not just as a student.
The only thing I'm gonna say is you're only a little bit in the wrong there. I'm only gonna say a little bit because, yeah, you want to tell people about it, right?
Yeah.
But a classroom full of other kids and a teacher isn't really the best place. That's like me going out in public and screaming that I want to kill my wife.
Yeah, but it was just something I did at the time.
How old were you during that time? Like 14?
13, 14.
Yeah, like
13 or turning 14, I think.
Like, I realize that when I'm older, is like there's things like that's one of the reasons I keep things to myself, is like no one needs to hear about it.
Yeah. And I was just kind of shocked because that's what just came to mind, and that's just how I felt. But the fact that like they try to act like that they care pissed me off. It's just like, you don't care. Like I have like different kids in my grade talking to me one-on-one, and all they were just complete dicks to me, just because that I wore all black, and that I didn't talk much, and frickin' that I wasn't the popular kid. Because if anything, I was probably the least fucking popular, because I didn't act like an asshole all the fucking time.
I hate the fact that I do actually like the fact that like more modern day people who like act less like an asshole get a lot more famous. Because I actually did have that moment of popularity when I was a lot younger.
Yeah, I did too in elementary school.
Yeah, and for me it was in middle school. In middle school, I did a lot of fucking stupid shit.
Yeah.
And I always got in trouble, so everyone viewed me as basically someone who would do all the shit that they didn't want to do. To the point I was basically being used, and I had fake friends that I didn't even fucking like.
Yeah, and just...
No, I got to the point where it was like one person wanted to invite me over, but then some kid would be like, dude, why are you inviting him? And they would say that shit like in front of my face.
Oh, I remember kind of stuff like that too, is that like a lot of people want me to get involved in something. I didn't really care to be involved in anything, like at lunch or something, to like sit down with people and then like, oh, why are you bringing him over? And then like I remember people would straight up joke about because a lot of people knew that like my dad was dead, so they would joke about like my dad's death. So when people would be like, I remember some people saying like, oh, does your dad even love you? And what do you think your dad thinks about you and shit like that.
Yeah, fuck.
And so
High schoolers are fucking relentless, but the other people I'm afraid of, goddamn middle schoolers.
But yeah, that was middle school at the time, 7th grade, and this was right after I got cheated on by one of my exes, so that really fucked me in the head for a very long time. Still even fucked me in the head throughout 2020, because I thought that was so serious of a committed relationship and shit like that, but I don't know, just that school, it's been 3 years since I dropped out of that school, and I don't miss it, and I don't think I ever will. Just because I just felt so fucking, like, I can't explain it. I was just...
Yeah, for me, it was my 8th grade year that sucked ass.
It was my 6th and 7th grade year, and that shit was... But yeah, I feel like you that's one of my biggest stories. I have other stories, but I don't want to keep you guys here all night, but I just wanted to share
Unless
my
it's
main
wrestling,
stories.
then we're going to keep you guys here for another 25 minutes.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to let you live that down for making our longest episode about wrestling. Alright. Thank you guys for tuning in. And thanks for listening to Jacob's stories and his feelings.
Yeah, just... The only thing is, like about, especially about, like, this episode, like, I don't tend to make... Here's the thing about, like, all my videos. I mean, yes, I know I have a channel, and then I hope you guys know that I don't try to make things all about me, because I don't. I do YouTube because I enjoy it, and I love making content, and I want to put out content for other people to enjoy and to make them, just to make their days a little bit better, because I know the world that we live in today is complete shit. And I just really want to help people out, like, I just, like, I care about people, but at the same time I don't at the same time. And just, you know, I just really want to help people out, like, I wish I could have, like, a one-on-one conversation with, like, people, just, like, to talk things out and just, you know. And, but yeah, just, I don't try to make things all about me. I'm at the point in life where, like, I'm being straight up, and if I make mistakes, I own up to it, and I'll admit that it's my fault, and, you know, just, there's some things recently in my life that I'm not necessarily proud of, but I know I can't rewind back to those times and change things, so I know I just have to, like, own up to my mistakes and just own up to it and be like, you know, it is what it is, but yeah, yeah, that was kind of the first time I really, like, shared anything that personal on the internet anyway. I know I talk about a little bit about, like, my mental health shit on my main channel, but not to this extent. But yeah, so it's something important to talk about, and just and whatnot. So yeah, and at the point where I'm at today is that, I mean, yes, I still have depression at times. And it's gotten to the point where I feel completely numb to certain things. Like, nothing feels real to me at all. It just kind of feels like a little, like, illusion, you know? Like, I don't feel certain things. But it never used to always be that way until, like, recently. Because I used to be sensitive to fucking everything. I still am to certain things, but to other things I just kind of grown numb to. And I don't really know how to react. And either if I react, I either get, like, this sick feeling in my stomach, you know? Like, I feel, like, nauseous and shit like that. I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and not even trying to overreact. Like, and at the same time, like, I don't say any of this for anyone to feel bad for me or to, like, be like, oh, it'll be okay. No, like, I don't ask for any of that. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that do that for attention and shit like that. Because they want someone else to make them feel comfortable. And I don't know why, but those people just kind of, like, I know I'll probably sound like an asshole for this, but I can't stand those kind of people because they always expect someone else to be there for them when they don't even, like, try to like, you know, I don't even know. I mean, I think you guys
can get what I mean by that, but like people always expect someone else to like care for them, like rely on them for everything and stuff like that. And just at the same time that like you can't rely on everybody because either it's family or blood or not blood, people come and go. I've learned that with family, I learned that with friends, I learned that with past relationships and friendships, and you know, I'm at the point where like I'll trust you when I notice that I can be able to trust you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, like when me and you first became friends, I was kind of like iffy, you know.
How so?
And just that like if I was able to like trust you as like a loyal friend and whatnot, but I know that now. But at first I was still like, you know. But I know that now. Just
I have a charm.
and that's the thing. Just trust comes a long way, and
For me, loyalty.
yeah, and loyalty. I've always been loyal my whole life, and yeah, I made some fucking mistakes, but we're all not perfect. We're all human, so. But anyways, I don't wanna waste you guys' time. I know I talked a whole lot, and I'm kind of tired of talking because I don't want to make it all about me. But yeah, anyway, I'm just saying that we could go all night talking about the shit because we got a lot of shit. But then again, you guys have lives too. But if you're watching this, thank you. You guys have no idea how much you guys mean to me. That you guys listen every week, and this is more of a serious one. But I just appreciate the hell out of you guys, and just if you guys ever need someone to talk to, just maybe drop a comment, and then because I'm always active on the comments, and if you want to talk privately, then you know that's cool too. You good?
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, just to wrap things up, where I'm at currently, just I'm not trying to be up here as much because the human mind is amazing, but at the same time it's fucking dangerous. If you guys know what I'm referring to, so
The atom bomb.
and but yeah, I'm not trying to be up here as much. I'm trying to really train myself to like see things in a different perspective and just that kind of thing, because lately I just haven't really felt like myself, and that like I kind of felt like I just kind of been like a complete asshole. But yeah, just wanted to put that out there, and just I'm gonna be the person who I always felt like I was meant to be. It's just straight up, you know, giggly bitch, and it's a loyal, loving person to the ones who are loving and loyal back.
Like Leo.
Yes, like Leo.
Good boy, Leo. He's sleeping.
But yeah, but that's all I gotta say there, and then I'll keep you guys updated with my other shit. But I like I said at the beginning, I am doing better. Just I'm really trying to train my head up here, because I know it's easier said than done. But I'm at the point where I've even seen signs. I've even put scenarios in my head, and I'm like, okay, these are signs that I need to make fucking changes. But yeah, that's all I want to update you guys on. So yeah, anything you want to say, KJ, before you end off?
Love you guys.
And next week's podcast is more your podcast. Is more your episode, I should say. Again.
We'll alter it a little bit because I can't make an entire episode about that unless we're gonna post this on like fucking X videos or something.
We can't really show the content on YouTube, so.
Or Twitch.
But anyways, guys, love the hell out of you guys, and this is something I'm gonna keep doing until the day I die, because YouTube's been my passion for a very long time. And
Dude, I can't wait to see your 70s still making vlogs on your deathbed.
And this is legit too, like, I want my death to be on camera. I know it can't be posted on YouTube, but at least still want there to be footage of my death on camera. Like, I know it sounds fucking weird, but that's what I want. And if that means freaking putting the camera up overnight, just me sleeping until I die on my deathbed in a hospital or some shit, then that's how it's gonna be.
You're just gonna have like your grandson sitting on the fucking couch like, I'm tired, Grandpa, that's too damn bad. Keep filming.
But anyways, so everybody love to tell you guys, and more content yet to come on my main channel in the description, and more episodes to come, and
there's a lot of changes going on to my personal life with the whole moving situation. But we will figure something out for the future of the podcast and the future for my main channel in the future. But yeah, that was just kind of update everything for you guys. But we've had way too long of a podcast. So I'm just gonna stop talking. Yeah, so anything you want to say before we end off?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both tired, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe. Love to have you guys, and thank you guys for listening, because I know this one was kind of a tough one to go through.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I think it's important that we do these every now and then, so.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we'd love to have you guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and me and KJ will see you guys here next week.
Deuces.
Deuces.
Trapping.